Hi everybody, Vegas from Critic here, Jeff Rick A. Howard here with my Oscar picks for 2015. I'm not going to go through, every nomination and every category. I'm just going to tell you my top 5 picks, and we'll just go from there, all right? And we'll see how good I do this year, because this year is really difficult. Usually I'm pretty good at this, but this is a year where there's so many good films that there's no front runner. There really isn't. And usually how the Academy works is it's made up of all the different divisions in film. Like you have costume designers, you have production designers, actors, directors, producers, and everybody kind of votes for their own category. But everybody votes on Best Picture. So it's a cursor to find out what's going to win or what's kind of like leading the way is to look at all the guild groups. The Producers Guild, the Directors Guild of America, the Screen Actors Guild, and they give out their awards every year, and you can probably see where the needle is pointing. But this year, everybody is different. So it's like, it could be anything. It could be Spotlight. It could be Revenant. It could be The Big Short. It's like, nobody knows for sure. So this is like probably one of the most exciting Oscars for me after watching these for 30, 40 years, how exciting this is, because I really don't know. And of course, then we have the whole diversity issue going on there, but that's a whole nother subject like that. I think Chris Rock's going to really redeem that. And they've made vows to include more diversity in the Academy's members. They have like 7,000 members. Well, the TV Academy and the Grammys, they all have 20, 30,000 members, very inclusive, very diverse. So I think the Academy is going to finally catch up with that. But I don't think it was done on purpose. I really don't. But some of the greatest films this year that were ignored, like Creed, Straight Outta Compton, what else? I think the 33, with the Latinos, that were trapped in the coal mine. There were some great movies that were, I just thought they were fantastic performances and great films, but I didn't say, oh, that's a great black film. No, I didn't think that at all. So I think the Academy really is out of touch because their average age is like 60-something and 90% white. So I think the Academy is rectifying the problem. So we'll stay tuned. We'll see what happens next year. Anyway, let's get started with my picks for the Academy Awards. Let's start with Best Supporting Actor. I'm going to go with Sylvester Stallone for his performance in Creed as Rocky Balboa. Creed was my #1 film of 2015. It was my best pick. But Creed really surprised me because I thought, okay, here we are. We're going to have another boxing film. We already had Southpaw earlier this year with Jake Gyllenhaal. How many times can we do the formula of a boxer, And boy, this was really an amazing surprise. And not only that, Stallone, I can't believe he came back. He never does anything unless he writes and directs and stars in it. He's a control freak, rightly so. But he read this script, he read what was going on, and he said, yes, I'm going to do it. And he gave Rocky Balboa one of his most human performances. Just amazing performance. I couldn't believe how good he was. So I predict he will win the Academy Award after, 30, 40 years after the original Rocky? Go Stallone! My pick for Best Supporting Actress is Alicia Vikander for The Danish Girl. This is one of my favorite films. It almost became my #1 film, with Eddie Redmayne playing the first transgendered woman that was had the reassignment surgery. And we're talking the turn of the 20th century when it was, let alone be gay, or let alone be, different. Here is someone who's like confessing to his wife, played by Alicia Vikander, that I am really Lily. I'm a woman inside. So a transgender issue is huge. It's been, with Transparent and with I Am Jazz on television and all of this awareness going on. Here we have a movie about the true accounts of one of the first transgendered men to woman back in the early 20th century. And Eddie Redmayne is phenomenal in this role. But Alicia Vikander playing his wife, the emotions, the intensity, she was flawless. She is going to win Best Supporting Actress. My pick for Best Supporting Actress is Brie Larson in Room, and if you have not seen this film, it is intense. It really is. It's about a teenage girl who was kidnapped and put in this room. This really tiny room for years, and she fathers a baby by her captor, and played by 5-year-old Jacob Tremblay, who was just incredible. So Brie has to not only act in this confined area, and her son, who's never known the outside world, he only knows through television. He only knows through a skylight. So everything he sees on television, he thinks doesn't exist. It's like in a fairyland, like in a fantasy land. And every morning this kid gets up and goes, hello sink, hello door, hello bed, because those are his friends. But Brie Larson has to keep it all together and find out how to escape. Gotta see Room. She's gonna win. Did I say Best Supporting Actor? I meant Best Actress. I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses on. I'm cheating over here. She's gonna win for Best Actress, not Supporting Actress. Okay, you got that? Brie Larson will win for Room for Best Actress. Get with it, Jeff. All right, for Best Actor, such a great category. All these categories, everyone in all these categories are phenomenal. But you know what? It is Leo DiCaprio's year. Leo is going to finally win that Oscar Gold. Even though he should have won for The Aviator, he is going to finally win for playing in The Revenant. And this is an amazing story based on true accounts of a mountain man in the 1840s or 50s that was left for dead by his crew, by the explorers, and after a bear attack. And what's his name? Glass. His name. The real guy's name was Glass. I'm going blank on his first name, but he was left for dead, and he's gonna heal himself and get revenge. And the movie just phenomenal all around. So, in terms of its acting, in terms of using only natural light, it's just phenomenal performance by Leo. And might as well say it too. Best director and best Best Director and Best Picture will also go to The Revenant. And Alejandro Inarritu will also, I'm predicting, will win back-to-back. He won for Birdman last year. This was really tough for me. I thought, oh, is it going to be Big Short? You know, because The Big Short got the Producers Guild. Is it going to be the Screen Actors who went with Spotlight? It's just like, this is one of those things where you're trying to see all the indicators for Best Picture and for Best Director, and they usually go hand in hand. I think it's like 3 or 4 times in Oscar history, and it's 80 plus years, they have not gone together. It makes sense, right? Director and picture go together. So this is really a tough one, but I'm going to go with Revenant. I really am for Best Director, Best Picture, and Best Actor. All 3 top awards. You think I'm right? I don't know. Well, make sure you watch the Oscars on February 28th, and also tell me below what you think, who's going to win, and what your favorite category is. I would love to hear from you.